Let's begin then. We are going to discuss the following as a part of this session. Banking sector, types of exams, then exam cadre or the different types of posts and vacancies of last 2 years. I'll also show you IBPS exam schedule calendar for 22-23 this year. What's the calendar for this year? Selection process of various exams and their exam patterns. Then we'll take up preparation strategy and tips for each of these sections. What should one do as a part of your preparation? All those we'll look at. Then we'll look at general preparation tips and study plan. So I'll show you in general what should you do and also study plan for the next 60 days. Then teaching methodology at time, material, course features, what we offer as a part of the course. We will discuss that, right? So let's begin. We have clerical calendar. In insurance sector, we call it as single, what you call assistants. Clerical cadre also called as single window operator in banks. In insurance, it is called as assistants. Probationary officer or general banking officer, assistant administrative officer, specialist officer, IT officer, law officer, agriculture. This is for those students who want to enter into banking sector, but you want to be in your own particular domain. Like I would like to work for bank, but I would like to work in IT sector, in law, for agriculture, for HR, for finance, for marketing. Then you can choose specialist officer post. Only difference between probationary and officer and specialist officer is one, long run. If you see the probationary officer, you join at this age, you can reach up to top level management, top management. You can even become chairman of the bank, no doubt about that. But specialist officer has a limited growth. I'm not saying there won't be any growth, there will be growth, but compared to probationary officer, the specialist officer growth is limited in terms of hierarchy, if you see. So that is one reason. Second reason, if you look at these two particular exams, specialist officer, you have to prepare one additional objective paper. If you are appearing for HR officer, 50 questions objective paper on HR, marketing officer, 50 questions objective on marketing, IT officer, 50 questions on IT. Like that, you need to prepare additionally for one paper for specialist officer, right? So if you look at types of exams, broadly we have two exams conducted by IBPS and exams conducted by State Bank of India. SBI said, boss, I don't want to be a part of this IBPS. From the beginning, it is not a part of IBPS. State Bank of India conducts its own PO exam, clerk exam, specialist officer exam. IBPS conducts PO exam, clerk exam, specialist officer for public sector banks as well as regional rural banks. Regional rural banks was your Gramina banks, right? Telangana Gramina Bank, then Chaitanya Godavari Gramina Bank, J&K Gramina. This Gramina banks separate examination. Then tie up with Manipal University, public sector banks, also private sector banks. Now, if you see here, even public sector banks have a tie up with Manipal University. What happens? This Manipal University is these banks will recruit people. Suddenly they need some more people, right? So what they do is in between year, let us say this is the year, this is already people are being sent to banks now. So suddenly I need some 500 people, 1000 people. The banks can release notification. They can have tie up with Manipal University. They'll conduct the exam, single stage exam. It is not prelim and main, single stage exam. Once you clear the exam, they'll give you offer letter. But condition is you have to complete this 1 year training program called PGDBF, or it is called post-graduation diploma in banking finance or post-graduation certificate in banking and finance from this Manipal University. The program cost will be somewhere around 3 to 3.5 lakh, which you have to pay from your pocket. The banks will provide loan. Then you take the loan, you do this training program. Basically, these banks, what they are doing is they're cutting down their costs and training and train people. They're cutting down their costs, they're cutting down their time and training people. So that is why on their behalf, Manipal University will train. One good news is 1 year period. If you join as a regular PO, your probation is 2 years. If you join through Manipal University, it is only 1 year. 8 to 9 months theory classes, last 3-4 months practical classes in the same bank. Practical exposure. Then immediately they'll give you assistant manager position. So one good news is you can take loan. They will cut from your salary when you join the bank. Every month they cut certain amount. They get back their 3 lakh rupees, 3.5 lakh rupees. right? But is it a good opportunity? Yes, it is a good opportunity. If you have any doubts like whether I can go for Manipal tie-up or not, I am saying you can go ahead with Manipal University tie-up. This is pretty, what you call, it is fine. But public sector banks, there is no issue. It is proper PO job and proper clerk job. Then we also have separate PO and clerk exams by government insurance companies like NIACL, NICL, OICL, GIC, General Insurance Company, etc. Right? So we have these things also. So separate exams for insurance sector. I'm not talking about what you call private insurance companies. I'm talking about public sector, that is government insurance companies, National Insurance Company, Oriental Insurance Company, General Insurance Company, etc. Right? So this is about types of exams. If you prepare for bank exams, you can write dozen exams. More or less, all these exams have similar features. More or less, syllabus is same, exam pattern is same. So if you prepare for IBPS PO, you can write SBI PO, IBPS Clerk, SBI Clerk, RRB PO, RRB Clerk, LIC PO, LIC Clerk, RBIGRADEB officers, NABARD officers, RB assistants, NABARD assistants, public insurance companies, NICL, NIACL, OICL, GIC, assistants, administrative officers, intelligence grade B, ISRO assistants. Like that, in a calendar year, you can write 24 exams. That means almost 24 exams. I can say 20 plus exams with one single preparation. That is why I'm saying whenever you are preparing, you have to be very, very careful while preparing. Right? Don't waste your time. Put your preparation in the right direction. Then I am saying definitely write all the C. Everybody will have a dream job. Don't worry about your dream job. My job is only to get into SBA. Fine, that is okay, chalega. But point is, till you get your SBA PO, don't say that I will not join anyway. That is actually, I can say, not a correct decision, right? So whatever comes first, you have to accept that. Then life will move on. And one more thing I'm telling you, getting your first job is very, very important. Once you get your first job, then automatically rest of the jobs will follow. So first job is very critical. It is very, very important. So do not differentiate between PO, clerk, IBPS, SBI. Don't differentiate. Write PO, write clerk, write specialist officer, write IBPS, write SBI, write RRB. Wherever you get the opportunity, take that opportunity. Then try for the better opportunity. Nobody, maybe particularly if you look at this banking sector, nobody will stop you. Let us say, will not stop you from getting into a better position. You're joined as a clerk. You can appear for PO exams. You join as a PO in IBPS public sector bank. You got an SBA PO. Nobody will stop you. But I am saying, till you get your dream job, do not hesitate, do not leave, do not waste the opportunities which come across your way. So grab that opportunity, then always try for a better opportunity. That is how an intelligent student or my student sitting here have to do, right? So this is about other exams. So these are the recruitments in POs and clerks in last 2 years, 21-22, 44,377. 2021, because of COVID period, we had a less number of what you called recruitments happened, but 35,000, and last year if you see 44,000 is a huge number, huge number. Still I am saying it's a huge number. We have a habit of comparing with 1 lakh vacancies, 90,000 vacancies, 50,000 in only clerk. Now I'm saying instead of clerk 50,000, PO clerk, they have differentiated, they have been put together, it is 45,000. Still I am saying it's a good number. Finally, you don't need all these 45,000 jobs, right? You need only one job out of this 45,000. So I'm saying it's a good deal. Still 45,000, I can say it is a big number which you can prepare students, right? So I can say, do not look at competition. How many are writing? Let them write. 10 lakh write, 20 lakh write, 30 lakh people write. Don't worry about number of candidates. See, generally what happens is you have to prepare in the right direction, with the right material, with the right faculty members. Then I am saying clearing bank exams is not a big deal. It is a very, very simple thing. Only thing is that a right approach should be there. So don't worry about number of people attempting. People attempts, but if you are in the right direction, if you are in the right path, then I am saying nobody can stop you. Right? So let's move on. This is the exam calendar. This is what I was talking about. The first exam tentatively scheduled on 1st August. So based on this, if I leave these 15 days, still I have 2 months of time. May 15 days, if I leave also, there are 2 months of time. So I am saying it is ample time for you to practice. Once you practice, once you start preparing, This will help for your IBPS, RRBPO, RRB clerk, IBPS PO, IBPS clerk, SBA PO, SBA clerk, and there are other notifications also released from time to time. You can attempt all these. So these 2 months, particularly June and July, you need to be little serious. You need to cut down your additional time you are spending on social websites or going out. So cut short the time, dedicate some more time for preparation. I'm saying you should be able to make it, ma'am. Right? So 1st August, 7th August, 8th August, 14th August, 21st August, RRB Office Assistant and Officer Scale 1. Then if you look at IBPS Specialist Officer, we have 18th December, 26th December. I'm talking about prelim exams, ma'am. If you look at IBPS Clerk Prelim Exam, 28th August, 29th August, 4th September, 5th September. IBPS PO, it is 9, 10, 16, 17. IBPS PO exam is in October month, 2nd week, 3rd week. IBPS Clerk last week of August. First 2 weeks of August, you have RRB PO and Clerk. And December 18th and 26th, we have SBI IBPS Specialist Officers. Right, so we will go to part 2, selection process and exam patterns. Prelim exam, almost all bank exams, insurance sector exams, all exams have become 2-stage exams. Prelim exam, main exam, objective and descriptive. Phase 3, interview, only for PO. Clerks, we don't have any interviews, so only probationary officers, we have interviews, right? Then tie up with Manipal University, we have discussed some time back. It is a single stage exam. It is not tier 1, tier 2, it is single stage exam. So here, your preparation, you have to prepare simultaneously for your main exam. Automatically, your prelim exam will be taken care of. Now, if you feel like first let me clear prelim, then I will take my main exam. The gap between prelim exam and main exam, even less than 15 to 20 days also in some cases. Then what happens is the time that is available there after your prelim exam, last week of prelim exam and your main exam, last window of prelim exam and main exam, I'm saying it is very, very minimum window. So about 2 weeks hardly you will get. And those 2 weeks are not sufficient to practice your main exam models. Particularly, syllabus is same, but models are different. You will have little higher level of difficulty, little more number of models. In your English language you take, or you take your reasoning puzzles, or you take your data interpretation, or you take your data comparison. You have some additional models, higher level of difficulty you have to prepare. One. Second, you have to prepare for computer knowledge and general awareness also. General awareness you cannot prepare in overnight. So that is what I'm saying, from day 1 onwards, your focus should be on main exam. Don't focus on prelim exam. Don't focus on cutoffs. See, try to maximize your score. That is where I'm looking at. Maximize your score. If you maximize your score, automatically you'll clear your cutoffs. Don't aim for cutoffs. Cutoff is only an indicative number. It depends on several factors. Most of the times the cutoff for prelim exam was 55 to 60 in SBA. Last year or before last year it was about 72. All of a sudden it is 72, 73. So I'm saying cutoff depends on number of students writing the exam. Cutoff depends on difficulty level of the exam. Cutoff depends on kind of questions asked in the exam. There are several factors which define a cutoff. So cutoff is only an indicative number to give you an idea, overall idea. That's all. But don't base your preparation on cutoff. There is a saying, no, aim for the sky, you land up on the tree. You aim for the tree, you'll fall down. So you have to be careful, choosy while solving these bank exams. So I'm saying, do not always aim for the main exam. Automatically aim to maximize your score. Your target is not to clear cutoff. Your target is to be there in the final merit list. So you have to maximize your score, because what is there in your hands is your written test, right? Clerk exam is written test, but PO exam you also have an interview. But I'm saying interview is not under your control. So interview, anything can be asked, right? So I'm saying it may be group task or group exercise in your SBR interview. Anything, any task can be given, any question can be asked. But if you look at your weightage also, 75 to 80% weightage is given to your written exam. So maximum weightage, if you see, is for written exam. So try to maximize your written exam score. Even though you have made an average performance in your interview, still you'll be able to make out in the final merit list. So the whole idea is aim for main exam. The gap is less. Do not bifurcate. Let me finish prelim, then I'll do main kind of thing. Not at all advised. And there is based on your performance in prelim exam will be called for main exam. Certain ratio 1:3 ratio will be called for your interview. That's a summary of this slide, right? So finally I have written your preparation for mains should be done along with the preparation for prelim examination, right? This is eligibility criteria. PO 30 years cutoff, clerk 28 years, RRBs 18 years to 40 years depending on scale 1, scale 2, scale 3. Office assistant it is 28 years. Graduation is the eligibility. Graduation is the eligibility. It may be what you call, you may be 80% candidate, you may be 90% candidate, you may be 60% candidate, doesn't matter. If you are a graduate, that is more than sufficient to clear the examination, right? So you can apply if you are having this particular age limit. Look at this IBPS SBI prelim exam pattern. Most of the bank exams, or you look at your insurance exams, you will have this reasoning, quant and English in your prelim test areas. Maximum questions 100, 1 hour duration. RRBs, regional rural banks, you have 80 questions. Quant and reasoning 45 minutes, 40 quant, 40 reasoning. You don't have any English, but this is an important point. No English language in Gramina banks. Section wise time limit, each section 60 minutes, quant 20 minutes, reasoning 20 minutes, English 20 minutes. This is how it is divided. Quant 20 minutes, reasoning 20 minutes, English 20 minutes. Right? This is prelim exam pattern. If you look at a main exam pattern, a reasoning, quant, English are a part of your prelim exam as well as main exam. Additionally, you have to prepare for general awareness and computer knowledge. Additionally, you have to prepare for general awareness and computer knowledge. So, number of questions, minimum 120 to maximum 190. Minimum 120 to maximum 190. Duration 2 hours, generally regional rural banks. If you look at IBPS clerk and SBI clerk, it is 180 minutes. IBPS clerk and SBI clerk, it is 180 minutes. Right? Section wise time limit also in the main examination. Variable marking scheme. So all questions in your main exam don't carry same marks. Few questions carry 2 marks, few carry 1.5 marks, few carry 1 mark. This is your prelim exam pattern. English, reasoning, quant. English 30 questions, 30 marks, 20 minutes. Reasoning 35 questions, 35 marks, 20 minutes. Quant 35 questions, 35 marks, 20 minutes. Total 100 questions, 100 marks, 60 minutes. Look at your main exam pattern. PO, this one. Reasoning and computer. This is what I was talking about. Computer used to be a separate section. Now it has been clubbed with your reasoning ability. But last 6 years, if you see, there were 0 questions for computers. But computers is a part of your reasoning ability section. Syllabus is given. That is why we have to study. But tomorrow, if he gives also, if computer questions are asked, there will be about 5 questions. Behind that is unlikely. Now it is, as of now, it is 0. And also PO main exam contains objective paper as well as descriptive paper. Data analysis and interpretation 35 questions, 60 marks, 45 minutes. General economy and banking 40 questions, 40 marks, 35 minutes. English 35 questions, 40 marks, 40 minutes. Now if you see, overall picture is very rosy. 155 questions, 200 marks, 180 minutes. More than 1 minute per question. What are you saying, sir? Time limit, time constraint, all those. I can happily spend more than 1 minute per question. I can take a break also in between. Still I can finish my paper. That is not possible. Because if you observe section by section, then you realize that you are in deep trouble. The sections where we don't need more time, almost double the amount of time is given. The 2 sections where actually we need more time, particularly data interpretation, where DI solving is there, or reasoning where puzzles are asked, there time has almost cut down, drastically cut down, which is not at all sufficient to solve the kind of difficulty level that has been asked in your PO, IBPS and SBPO main exam. The questions in your main exam are difficult, very difficult. Very rarely you find questions like moderate kind of thing, right? So prelim exam, your speed is important, your accuracy is important. Paper won't be that tough. But main exam, it will test your conceptual knowledge, and that is why paper will be, you'll come across all difficult questions, new model questions in your main examination, right, ma'am? So here each 35 questions, 60 marks. See, Few questions carry 2 marks, few questions carry 1 mark. English also same thing. Now if you observe here, particularly GK 40 questions, you can comfortably solve in 20 minutes. My 15 minutes is wasted here. English, whatever you know, 35 questions can be comfortably solved in 20 to 25 minutes. So another 15 to 20 minutes is wasted here. So total 30 minutes is straight away wasted. Puzzles 45. Out of 45, about 30 are based on puzzles, which are level of difficulty is very difficult. These puzzles require more time, but only 60 minutes is given. Out of 35, 25 are data interpretation questions, which involves a lot of calculations here, data interpretation. Only 45 minutes is there. So the two sections where we need more time, time has cut down. The two sections where we don't need time, almost double the amount of time was given, students. So you have to be little careful while attempting your main exam pattern. So descriptive writing, only difference is SBI 30 minutes, IBPS 30 minutes. There's a difference in marks. SBI exam it is for 50 marks, IBPS it is for 20 marks, 25 marks. We have only what you called two question types, letter writing, essay writing. One letter from internal choices, one essay from internal choices. Earlier it used to be letter writing, essay writing, paragraph writing, précis writing, composition. Now all of them have done away with. We have only one letter writing, internal choices will be given, choose one letter. One essay writing, internal choices will be given, choose one essay writing and write. So descriptive paper, those who clear main exam, only those candidates descriptive paper will be evaluated, and the marks obtained in the descriptive test are added in the final merit list. You have to be careful. Generally cutoff is 40%. That means if you look at SBI exam, cutoff is 20 marks, IBPS exam, the cutoff is 10 marks. But don't try to score 10 or 20. Try to maximize your score, because descriptive writing score, your final selection is based on your main exam plus interview. So main exam have objective and descriptive. Descriptive is added in your final merit list. Then you have to be little, what you call, you try to maximize your score. This is one area where I keep on telling students from Hindi medium background or vernacular local medium background students to focus. This is very important. You like to solve quant reasoning, but when it comes to English, you avoid, you feel like not solving it. But I'm saying descriptive writing is a part of your final merit list. You have to make it, you have to score. I can show n number of examples who have done fantastically, fabulously well in their objective test, but there's a disaster in descriptive test. They have not even qualified. Right, the people who are like that. But the students also, 20 marks is the cutoff. See, they got 18, they got 17, they got 16. They missed out interview call, but 2 marks, 1 mark, 3 marks. It is, I am saying, it is not appreciated from your side. You have to give equal importance for your English language as well, and also to your descriptive writing. Right, so do not neglect descriptive writing, particularly if you are writing for PO exams. Also, descriptive writing is a part of SSCCGLE exams, SSCCHSL exams, also some important insurance exams. So I'm saying any standard grammar book which says English grammar, the book title should say English grammar and composition. And composition means it will also have essay writing, letter writing, idea generation techniques. Read this book, any standard grammar book, but it should not say only grammar, but it should say English grammar and composition. This is IBPS SBA Clerk exam pattern. IBPS SBA Clerk exam pattern. Prelim exam pattern. This is IBPS SBA Clerk main exam pattern. Right? Let us look at part 3, preparation strategy and tips. I'll show you the important topic. I will not get into those topic wise breakup and will not confuse you. I've given a summary. IBPS and SBA PO important for both prelim and main exam. Puzzles, deductions, coding, decoding, input, output. Prelim exam only, symbol notation, blood relation, direction sets. Important for main exam only. Generally appears in main exam. Data sufficiency, critical reasoning, decision making. For clerk exams, it may be IBPS SBA clerk exams and RRB exams, regional rural bank exams. RRBs, regional rural bank. That's the Gramina banks. You need to prepare these additionally. Set of words, these topics additionally. Set of words, set of numbers, sequence, alphanumeric series. Particularly when you're writing clerk exams and Gramina bank exam, these 4 topics you have to focus additionally for your prelim examination. Also sometimes asked in a main examination as well. Right? So I have classified as important for both the exams, prelim and main. There are certain topics which are generally asked in prelim. There are certain topics which are generally asked in main. So additionally, clerk, you have to study those. Right? You can take a screenshot of this. Solve in this order. This is the order which we recommend to students. Start with coding, decoding, direction sense, blood relations, then do symbols notations, input, output, decision making, deductions, puzzles, data sufficiency, critical reasoning. See, non-verbal reasoning not been asked. Last appeared in the year 2012. Last decade, there are no questions. But if you are preparing for SSC and railway exams, this is important. SSC exams as well as railway exams, this is important. Right? Take a screenshot. If you want to make a note, you can make a note. This is the recommended order. You can do up and down, interchange symbols with input with that you can do. Coding first, other symbols first, then I'll do coding. That adjustment you do, but broadly this is the order which you should follow, which will help you for your what you call to maximize your score in your examination. Let me see, any questions? No questions. Any questions still here? You can post. Fine. Let's move on. These are general preparation tips. Don't start with critical reasoning question. This is the last which we do. Always attempt set-based questions, particularly when you are solving reasoning or quant, DI or puzzle. Set-based questions, symbol notation, set-based. Always solve set-based questions. And these are the important topics in your critical reasoning. Critical reasoning requires your English skills, grammar skills, plus logical skills. Logical skills plus this need your English grammar understanding. Then you can do critical reasoning in a better way. So these are the topics: assumptions, conclusions, inferences, strong and weak arguments, course of action. Assumptions, conclusions, inferences, strong and weak arguments, courses of action. Okay. Let us look at preparation aspect. Logical reasoning section. This section itself requires good logical skills, good understanding of the given set of instructions. That is very, 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 very important. It may be you may be solving a puzzle or a symbol notation or a sequence question. Understanding the given information given, understanding the instructions given. That is very, very, very important. Then if you look at puzzles, almost 50-60% of the questions, even 70% of the questions are based on puzzles. Logical, good analysis of the clues, particularly when you look at bank exams. I'm saying if you go in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clues given, go in order. I'm sure by the time you finish off your sixth clue, you should be able to get your complete arrangement. Don't go in haphazard way. First point, then I'll go to fifth point, then I'll no. Whatever clues are given, whatever information is given, write down one after the other, step by step. I am saying you should be able to get the final, the final fixtures, the final figure for your puzzles. Final arrangement you should be able to arrive at if you follow the order. No need to go up and down. Start from first point. All puzzles, even your main exam, whichever so-called difficult puzzles also, if you keep yourself cool and if you put one after the other, I am saying it should be able to crack the puzzles. Then one important thing, you have to have a good exposure of these kind of puzzles, particularly when you're solving topics like input output, topics like coding decoding, topics like puzzle C. You know how you have to make an arrangement, you know how input output questions can be solved, how a coding decoding questions can be solved. But what is important is the inherent logic. What is important is the question type. What is important is the model asked in the exam. So you should have an idea. Okay, well, that is what I'm saying. You have to practice previous year papers. Also the material. If you're enrolled for any coaching institute, you might have got a material also, right? Study material, booklet, sectional test, mock test. I'm saying practice that material. The more and more you practice, the more knowledge you get, the more exposure you get, the more easily you can solve tomorrow in the exam. See, by looking at this puzzle, okay, are you coding, decoding? This may be the logic here. We will start with this. Sir, how are you saying that? Because of that hands-on experience on this. So if you want to get that experience, you have to solve all different types of puzzles asked in the last 2-3 years of your examination. Right? Coding, decoding, and input output. So I told you, logic given, step 1, step 2 given, that whatever is given explicitly, that you can easily read, you can solve. But inherent logic, which is not stated explicitly, which is hidden, you have to identify that logic. How will you get that exposure? You should have a good exposure to coding, decoding questions, solve as many questions, as many question types, at least last 2-3 years papers you have to solve. Direction sense, blood relations, very, very important. You should have a thorough grip on directions and blood relations, because these will play important role tomorrow in your puzzles also. He will give you brother, sister, wife, husband relationship in a puzzle, or he will give you person moving facing towards north, moving left side, moving right side. So you should have a hands-on grip, hands-on experience with direction sense and blood relations. Easiest in an entire paper, inequalities or symbols rotation. Do not lose marks here. So I am saying easy to understand, scoring area, you cannot miss out on symbols rotations. Right, critical reasoning, as I told you, you need your strong logical and English language skills, particularly English grammar knowledge, to answer the questions here. Answer choices particularly will be very, very close in your critical reasoning. You should be, what is important is not answering. If there are two options which are very close, you should be able to identify why this is an answer. At the same time, you should be able to identify why this could not be an answer. If you can do that kind of analysis, I'm saying critical thinking, critical reasoning would be easy. Right? So this is about reasoning ability preparation. Now look at quant. Quant, you can take a screenshot from wherever required. Prelim and main together, we have series, data interpretation, arithmetic. Important for both prelim exam as well as main exam. Arithmetic in the sense, equations, ratio, percentage, profit loss, time and work, time and distance, geometry, averages, mensuration, etc. Data interpretation again important for prelim and main. Series questions also important for prelim and main. Only for prelim, generally you'll come across simplification, approximations, quadratic comparisons. Few times, very rarely, once in 5 years, once in 6 years, approximations might also appear in your prelim, what you got in a main exam as well. If approximations are given in main exam, nothing like that. You are very lucky you got those extra 5 marks instead of a DI set mark. Right? So main exam, data sufficiency, data comparison, quant based DI, time and work based DI, time and distance based DI, probability based DI, mensuration based DI, profit loss based DI, discount based DI, SICA based DI. All these are quant based DI. This is the trend now. Quant based DI. Also, these days you are coming across match the columns in quant. These are two areas which you should prepare additionally for your quant section. Now let us look at the order of solving the questions. Always when you look at the order, we start with simple scoring areas, then we'll move on to other areas. See, I'm not asking you to start with DI. If you start with DI, by the time you complete your 2 sets or 3 sets, your entire time is over. You will not be able to know, time will overshoot. So I'm saying simplifications, approximation series. I'm starting with easy areas. I'm starting with scoring areas, because at least after 15-20 minutes, once you look at your computer screen, at least you should see green, 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 and somewhere in your question palette. Otherwise, everything is red, then you will be in trouble. You'll be under pressure. This again, more number of reds on the question palette will create a lot of nervousness and a lot of tension in the examination, by which I will be spoiling the remaining paper also. So start with easy areas, scoring areas, then slowly move to the difficulty level areas. So simplifications, approximation series, then do quadratic comparisons. Quadratic comparisons also, out of 5 questions, 3 will be easy. Identify them and solve them. There will be questions in quadratic comparison which are lengthy, time consuming, difficult to find out the factors. Bigger numbers will be given, square root numbers will be given. In that case, avoid those quadratic comparisons. Attempt only easy type of quadratic comparisons. Then do your individual questions. Then data sufficiency, data comparison. The last thing to attempt is your data interpretation. Now, when I'm talking about data interpretation, your questions on tables, your questions on bar graph, your questions on line graph, your questions on caselets, your questions on combinations, your questions on pie charts. Out of all these, I'm saying ignore caselets. Caselet is raw verbal data will be given in paragraph form. You have to capture this data in the form of a table or in the form of a Venn diagram, depending on number of variables. Then you have to solve. See, table is given, let's say bar graph is given, line graph is given, pie chart is given, data readily available. Look at the data, analyze the data, read the question, pick the data, solve it. But data is in unstructured raw form in caselets. So one more step is involved here. You have to structure the data. You have to put it in a form of a table or Venn diagram. Then you have to solve the questions. Right? Particularly when you're solving data interpretation, I am saying leave caselets because they are time consuming. Also, when you're solving data interpretation, there are 2 types of selections: external selection, internal selection. What is the external selection? External selection is like what you called external selection is like selection of sets. That is very, very important. Let us say you're good at pie chart, you're good at bar graph, you're good at line graph. Select that. You're good at bar graph, start with bar graph. Good at line graph, start with line graph. Good at table, start with table. And internal selection. What is internal selection? After you select the set, internal selection is selection among the questions. There are 5 questions. I am saying if you have solved 2 correct, you have done a good job. If you have got 3 correct out of 5, you have done an excellent job. Leave that set, go to next set. You have done a fantastic job. 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, 5 questions set. I'm scoring 2 marks is a good score. I'm getting 3 marks is an excellent score. Leave that, move to the next set. Do not waste your time trying the remaining 2 questions. Sir, I have spent so much time on reading the data, understanding the data, analyzing the data. Let me spend 5 more minutes, or let me spend 2 more minutes, or let me solve those 2 questions. Unknowingly, unintentionally, you will spend another 5-10 minutes there. Moreover, the answers for those 2 questions will be wrong. You will get a negative score. Rather, spend those few minutes on the next set, those 3-4 minutes on the next set, where you can solve another 2 or 3 easy questions. So selection of sets is important. Also selection of questions is important. Also, when you're selecting the sets, look at the data, look at the questions, combine those 2, then select a set. Do not leave any set by looking at the data is very complicated. Data is very complex. Particularly SB and IBPS data will be complex only. But remember, the complicated data will have easy questions. If you look at the questions, most of the questions will be approximate questions only, not exact questions. No need to calculate the exact value. So I'm saying, look at the questions, look at the data, then decide whether to attempt that particular set or not. Right? So we look at preparation. All of you should be thorough with this multiplication tables up to 20, preferably 20 into 10. I prefer 20 into 20, or at least 20 into 10 multiples is compulsory. Squares and cubes, reciprocal values. That's fraction values. You remember 1 by 2, you know this, right? 50%, 1 by 3, 33.33%, so on. Complements of 100, 99, complement 1, 98, 2, 72, 28. How much we should add to get the nearest 100? This will help you in additions and subtractions. Percentage calculations, basic percentage concepts also. Percentage increase, percentage decrease, percentage less, percentage more. What percent of X is Y, X is what percent of Y, what percent of Y is X. Also quadratic comparisons, finding roots. Right? So though these basic concepts or various concepts of that's arithmetic, these are helpful for you in your DI, DS and data comparison as well. We have our YouTube channel, Time for Bank Exams. Time for Bank Exams. Time for bank exam. There we have put sample videos on puzzles and percentages and quadratic comparisons, which will help you for your basic preparation. If you have any doubts, you can subscribe to this channel, Time for Bank Exams YouTube channel. You can watch. I'm not talking about Time for Education channel. Separately for bank exams and SSC exams, you have a separate channel, Time for Bank Exams, all in capital. You will get our YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. You will have these basic videos uploaded there, which will give you basic idea about the exam, the question types, how to approach, all those things will be discussed. These webinars which we are taking periodically will also be uploaded on your YouTube. Then subject videos, percentages or quadratic comparisons or reciprocals, all these we have uploaded on YouTube that you can see. Also, very soon you will also get a main. We are doing all India mock test, free all India mock test. We are doing about 6 free all India mock tests. You have to register for this mock test. You need not be a time students. We are doing about 6 free all India mock tests. You have to register. How to register? What's the process? Everything we'll be uploading on the website. We'll also send a mail to all the students, time students, non-time students. Time students, these mocks are a part of your course. If you are a 6-month variant, 1-year variant, enrolled after on or after 1st April 2022. Before 1st April 22, you need to register free. It is not, we are not charging anything. You have to register fee to get these 6 free mock tests with video solutions and text solutions. We'll explain the strategy, everything. So this is starting from first week, second week of June onwards. We will send a mail to you. Please do register and write these mock tests. These are all India mock tests. You can compare across India where you stand in the competition, right? So these are the points, additional points which I want to mention. So let us look at summary of English language. Let me see if I have any questions. Only one exam for main. See, IBPS PO main 1, IBPS clerk main 1 puja, specialist officer main 1 puja. Then you look at SBI PO main 1. So every exam, main exam will be 1. Previous slide. Okay, which one, Abhinaya? 1 second. This one? Once you're done, tell me. Abhinaya, OMO is odd man out. This one, Abhinaya, then. This one. Is this one? Yes, Abhinaya, this one. Second slide of strategy. 1 second. This one for quant strategy only, no? Part 3. 1 second. I'll show you. This one, reasoning. Okay. Right now, this is English. Reading comprehension, para-jumbled sentences, grammar. When I say grammar, it is error identification. Broadly, two important things: error identification, phrase replacement. Reading comprehension, para-jumbled sentences, grammar, error identification, phrase replacement. Important for prelim and main. Only prelim. Close test. There is a paragraph given with blanks between. Fill in the blank, single blank, double blank. Match the column. So columns will be given. You have to match. Sentence rearrangement. It is not para rearrangement. But sentence will be jumbled sentence given. You have to rearrange to form a meaningful sentence. Word interchange. A sentence with 4 words A, B, C, D will be given in bold or underline. You have to interchange them to form a meaningful sentence. That is known as word interchange. Word replacement. A sentence, a word is given in bold. You have to replace that so that it will become grammatically and meaningful and correct. Word usage. One word will be given followed by usages. You need to see where is the word properly used, correctly used. Main exam, para forming odd man out, para completion, sentence starters, multiple errors, word replacement, word interchange, all new models, applications of para jumbled. What happens is para jumbled in exam you will have 5 sentences, you will have 6 sentences, you will have 7 sentences. But when it comes to main exam para jumbled, you have PFQ, D fixed, you have first and last fixed, you have C fixed, like that. Multiple models, right? Multiple errors, grammar, error identification, single error, prelim exam. Main exam when you go, you will have what you call multiple errors. One sentence has more than one error. It is difficult to find more than one error. You have to identify that error. Phrase replacement, multiple error phrase replacement. All right, close test. Word given in bracket. 2 words you have to fill that bracket, or comprehensive close test is given. Like that, we have multiple new models as in particularly maximum number of new models are appeared in your English language. But all those new models, if you understand the base model, they are built on those. So word interchange, word replacement, you take close test or PFQ or sentence. The point is you have to understand the basic idea of understanding those, attempting those question types. You have to understand the basic basic question types. You have to understand your approach. Then I am saying any application based multiple errors, double errors, RC single, multiple passages, paragraphs, single, sentence in bold. If your basic understanding is correct, then I am saying application based questions easily you can approach. But generally application based questions, new models are a part of your main examination, right? So this is the order which you should follow for your English section. Start with easier thing, close passage, then fill in the blank is easy, then RC. Generally, we used to say RC after grammar, but if you observe, most of the students are not attempting RC in the exam. If you ask me, RC is the easiest area in your entire paper. Why you are not attempting your RC? There are 1 or 2 reasons. One, you have low reading speed. I'll show that slide, don't worry. Second, you have low comprehension levels. Understanding capability is low. The reason is we have a habit of reading only school or your college textbooks, right? You are an MBA, you are a BCom student. I gave you an article on capital expenditure. You will feel very happy. You understand all the terms and terminology involved in that. But if I give you an article, let us say, on robotics, my engineering MCA students will feel very happy. They know the terms and terminology, but you are not familiar with. You feel it is difficult. You will not make out anything from that passage. So it all depends on how much we read. So that is why I keep on telling students there are 3 secrets to improve your English language. The 3 secrets are: first secret is read, second secret, read, third secret, is very important, read, that's all. Read. Only reading will help you improve your score in your English section. Only reading will help you for your close passage. Only reading will help you in your reading comprehension. Only reading will help you in your match the column. Only reading will help you in your para-forming questions. Only reading will help you in your sentence rearrangement. So read. What should I read? Apart from your textbooks, you need to start reading few additional things. Anyways, I'll give you the reference books after this at the maybe once I have completed this English section. But friends, you have to be very careful. One thing, read newspaper without fail. This is one thing you have to do. When I say newspaper, English newspaper, the Hindu or Times of India, any one paper you have to read without fail. Now, maybe what I should read is first page of the newspaper, which talk about the happenings in the country, in the world, in the science and technology, latest happenings. Then there is a page called editor's page or editorial page. Read that page. This page will have articles and the latest international happenings or national happenings. This will give you a broad idea about what's happening in the country, economy of the country, maybe what's happening in the science and technology, in the sports. You'll get some basic idea about what is happening in the world. All latest burning topics will be, articles will be written by the editor's page. It is quite time consuming initially, but I'm saying if you regularly practice every day, I want you to spend 1.5 hours on newspaper, rest of the preparation, rest of the time. Now 1.5 hours, it may be in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening or the night, doesn't matter. Spend 1.5 hour of time on reading newspaper and you yourself will see you are a different individual, right? So current affairs national, there is a page. Current affairs international, there is a page called banking and economy. Banking and economy and sports. Read these 6 pages without fail, right? Then one monthly magazine, right? One monthly magazine. When I say one monthly magazine, you can refer India Today, Frontline, Outlook, any of those. Plus one for GA preparation. That is, it may be Pratyogita Darpan, or North Indian generally read Pratyogita Kiran. Anything is okay. Pratyogita Kiran. If you are a time students, don't worry. We give one magazine called Current Affair Cracker, CAC, for time students. So this is only for time students. You can refer this one or this one, any one of these out of this. But one monthly magazine without fail, one newspaper without fail, daily you have to read. Now this reading will help you in your vocabulary improvement. This reading will help you in your grammar preparation. This reading will help you in your reading comprehension. This reading will help you in your close test. This reading will help you in your GK preparation or GA preparation. This will help you in your group task, group exercise and your interview also. There should be some knowledge at the back of the head. You may be participating in a GD or a group task or interview. You are answering the questions. See, we will train you the special workshop for interviews. But 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, 6-day program, daily 8 hours to 10 hours will grill you. But those 6 days, 8 to 10 hours will not make you a Superman or Superwoman. Keep that point in mind. There should be some stuff at the back of the head. Where will you get that from? You have to read. So low reading speed, if you keep on reading, comprehensions, if you read different types of articles, sports, philosophy, science and technology, banking, economy. But particularly when you're writing bank exams, most of the time for particularly POs, you have most of the questions on this one, what you call the banking and economy. So do not miss that banking economy page. So this will help you to improve your reading speed as well as your comprehension levels as well as overall your English language. This you have to do without fail every day, 1.5 hours, apart from the study plan or preparation tips I'm giving towards the end one, right? So this is the order which you should follow. So RC, most of them are not attempting. I'm saying RC is the easier area. RC is a scoring area, if you ask me. Question is given there, answer is also present there. Only thing is that you have to identify the answer, you have to mark it. So then we have done RC, then grammar, sentence starter, sentence formation, word usage, word interchange, etc. PFQs, the last one is para completion, right? This is the order you have to follow for an English section. No queries, okay. Focus on vocab improvement. See, one root word approach is there. I'll give you the books, list of books I'll give you. Root word approach, prefix, suffix, root word. Learning word is one thing, but most important thing is usage part. But if you see here, the question types particularly match the column, or you look at word interchange or word replacement or word usage, most of your vocabulary, fill in the blanks, most of your vocabulary is asking you application part. So simply by hearting the words and saying I have hearted 1000 words, 2000 words will not help you in your examination. You need to focus on the what you call the usage part of the word. How to use that in a sentence. If it is a noun, what is the usage? If it's an adjective, what's the usage? You have to focus more on usage rather than knowing the meaning of the word, right? So important learning words, but usage part you have to learn and you have to implement in those question types. I told you, word interchange, word replacement, word usage, fill in the blanks. You have to take up those question types you need to solve. RC, we have discussed in detail what you need to do and all those. Grammar, simply it is like your mathematics. Learning rules, learning formula in maths will not help you. Learning formula in math will help you? No. Application of that formula. Whatever formula you learn, application of that. Implement those formulae in your questions. Then only you will learn, you will practice your maths. Here also, learning rules, okay, noun, collective noun, this is the rule, proper noun, this is the rule. No. You have to implement, you have to practice in grammar. Take out questions. You can refer any standard grammar book. I'll give you the grammar book also. Any standard grammar book, look at correct usage, incorrect usage. Take out few examples and solve them. Right? It may be a study material or sectional test. Take out few examples and solve them. So simply learning rules will not help you. You have to practice grammar, but that is very, very important. Look at this. These are the books. This Learn publications is only for beginners, not for everyone. If you are having trouble with your data interpretation, not able to solve even a single question, you feel data interpretation is a booth which is going to hit you, I am not comfortable, then I am saying start with Learn public. It is very simple, easy to understand, elaborate discussion. Is discussed each question in an elaborate manner. You will understand how to read a data, how to analyze the data, how to pick up the data, how to solve the question. From there you will start. Then once you're done about 2, 3, 4 exercises, come back to our material, because bank exam specific models, particularly quant-based DIE, or you look at missing table DIE, or you look at combinations, or look at 2 pie charts, bank specific material you have to solve. So it's only for beginners who are really afraid of data interpretation can refer that book. So quantitative aptitude, I give 2 books. R.S. Agrawal, Abhijit Guha, anything you can look at. Then reasoning, R.S. Agrawal, BSc is any one book. And student companion, Wilfred Best, one more book. Most of you know this book, Word Power Made Easy. Word Power Made Easy. Norman Lewis. Word Power Made Easy. This is the other one, Norman Lewis. Right? Do you have any questions now? English summary slide I'll show you. These are the reference books. English summary slide, Abhinaya, 1 second. Right, take it. Don't go away, I'll show you the study plan also. Okay. General awareness, I'm saying you have to put your effort from the beginning itself. So read all the questions, strategy I'm talking about. and look at all the 5 choices before marking the answers. It's not like your quant reasoning English where you solve, then only you'll get the answer. Sometimes what happens is when I read the question, I get a vague idea. I might feel okay, but answer will not strike me. Don't leave the question. Look at the options. 99%. If you feel you have read the question somewhere, if you look at the options, you'll get the answer. So read the complete question and all 5 choices before marking the answer. Also, single error questions in your first round, lengthier questions. Lengthier question means which of the following is not a function of RBI? That is a lengthier question. Which of the following is not a monetary policy of RBI? You have to read all 5 options, choose 4 are its monetary policies, 1 is not its policy. 4 are its functions, 1 is not its function. Identify them. Those questions in your second round. No for a guesswork. Educated guess to some extent is okay, but wild guess, no. I don't know the answer to the question. Pinky, pinky, ponky. Then I'll mark the answer. No. You will not have this guesswork problem with quant reasoning English. You know, I don't know. Only 2 answers. But GA and computers, I know, I don't know. I feel this is the answer. You will have the third category also. Sir, I think I have read it somewhere. मुझे पता है यही होना चाहिए answer. No guesswork. No wild guess. Educated guess means out of 5 options, 3 options eliminated, only 2 left over. In these 2 also, once again read the question, think. If you are unable to separate out of these 2, most likely you feel this could be the answer. Take a chance. Now don't do this for all 200 questions, about 4-5 questions. Even 1 or 2 questions are correct, then you will be on a gaining edge. You will be having a positive score. So, but wild guesses, no. This already we have discussed. Read Hindu newspaper, Pratyogita Darpan, our current affair magazine. But more specifically, last 9 months with special focus on last 3 to 4 months. Stock questions are also appearing, particularly RRB exams, regional rural banks. You'll have more of abbreviation stock-based questions, more definitions, etc. You have to focus on that. And Indian economy banking awareness, more number of questions, right? Indian awareness, economy and banking awareness. You will also have current affair questions on that, current rates, etc. Also, you have stock questions, basic CRR, SLR, about economy questions. You will have some stock questions based on that. Computers not been asked, but you have to prepare computer knowledge as well, but not at the beginning. This is the last thing to do, because not been asked. Tomorrow, if you ask also, he will give you maximum 5 questions. But it is there as a part of your section name. It's there as a part of your syllabus. We will read. Computer knowledge is one area where questions get repeated. So we always tell students, revise previous year papers. This is very, 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 very important. Previous year papers. Revise previous year papers. There is every possibility that questions might get repeated because limited syllabus. What is the syllabus? Your basic computer architecture, your input output devices, your software concepts, your internet, your MS Office, MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint. So your operating system, your networks, your DBMS, very limited syllabus in computer knowledge. So there is very fair chance that questions get repeated. So we keep on telling students, revise thoroughly the material provided by time. Also, there's a book by Kiran Publications. Revise that book. Also, revise previous year papers. There is every possibility that questions get repeated from this particular area. Right? So, general preparation tips and study plan. This is the last thing which we are looking at. Another 15 minutes. We'll wind up the session. Another 15 minutes. 1 second. Right. Strategies, general preparation strategy. Go study, pace your preparation. You may be in final year, you may be working, you have completed your graduation. There are 3 different categories. Those are in final year, those who have completed working for some company, Those are in those who have completed their graduation, preparing, dedicating complete time for a bank exam preparation. Number of hours, it all depends. I suggest, apart from classes, maybe you will be spending some 4 hours. Apart from these classes 4 hours, I want at least 8-hour preparation. This is those who are free, those who completed their graduation and free. Those who are in final year, and those who are working. I'm saying, apart from your office and college, daily one class you may attend. Apart from that, I want you to take out some 2 to 3 hours of time daily. Try to revise that particular concept, all those. Saturday, Sunday, I want you to spend 10 to 12 hours of time. Saturday, Sunday, weekend, you have to spend 10 to 12 hours. In these 10 to 12 hours, you have to revise whatever has been completed in that week. From your, you have to solve the question from your study material. You have to solve the question from your sectional test, and whatever doubts you have in the concepts, you have to revise those doubts, revise those concepts. So Saturday, Sunday, basically, whatever these people are putting 12 hours per day, apart from classes 8 hours. So 6 into 8, 48 hours, 7 into 8, 56 hours. So 12 plus 12, 24 plus 6, 5 3 are 15. So about 40 hours of preparation, you can take out 35 to 40 hours in a week. Those are in final year working. That actually will help you to pace your preparation along with the guys who are completely devoting their time for bank exams or government exams preparation. Then planning is very important. I told you, I have shown you strategy. I have shown you order to solve the paper. That is very important. See, you know all the concepts. You put a lot of effort. You have studied everything, but you don't have a proper strategy to ace the exam. Useless. You are a very good strategist. Which is the order to be solved, which question appears in prelim exam, which type appear in main exam, all those. But you have not studied. It is also waste of strategy. So strategy and preparation will go hand in hand. So planning is very important. Which topics are important, which topics are least important. And see, particularly competitive exams, you cannot, because you're writing exams on different slots, you cannot say this is not an important topic. All topics are important, you have to prepare, but order of preparation is important. Okay, let me, DAE is almost 50%, puzzles is almost 50%. So start with them where you have more weightage in the exam. Then slowly other topics will follow. So planning and number of hours you're preparing, these are very important. Focus on building your concepts, right? Practice, practice, and practice. You have to practice from your study material. Each class is conducted with the help of a handout. Solve the question from your handout. Faculty member will give you the notes. Revise that notes. Solve those questions. Sectional test, there will be questions. Mock test, there will be questions. The most important thing is practice, practice, practice. Online practice also important because all exams are online. Online practice is also very, very important, right? So practice from specific study material, booklet, sectional test after coverage of those specific topics. Identifying your strong areas and weak areas. Strong areas are always strong, don't worry. But weak areas you need to improvise. You have to improve on your weak areas. That is very, 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 very important. See, I'll give a simple example. I told you you'll have symbols, rotations, you'll have direction cells, you'll have coding, decoding, your blood relations in your exam. Now you're good at symbols, rotations, you're good at direction cells. You will solve only those two. Will your score, overall score will improve? No. When will my overall score improve? You're not good at coding, decoding, you're not good at blood relations, you're not even practicing them. Tomorrow, your paper will not have only symbol notation, direction sense, right? You will also have coding, decoding. You will also have your questions based on what about blood relations. You need to score there also. So I specifically prepare these topics. These are my weak areas. I won't prepare. Your overall score will not improve. If you want to improve your overall score, you have to work on your weak areas. Then only your score will improve. See, you're good at coding, decoding. You solve only coding, decoding. Tomorrow you'll have only 5 questions on coding, decoding. What about other areas? Other areas also you have to prepare. So you're good at 50%. you're good today, tomorrow, and the day of exam also. But areas which are not good at, identify them. Identify the pinpointed. What is the issue? Is it a concept issue? Then meet the faculty member, discuss that concept, attend the class once again, get that concept clarified, practice more number of questions on your weak areas, convert them into your strong areas. Then only these I'm solving. My weak areas also I'm able to solve about 50-60% of the questions. My overall score. That is how you have to improve your overall score. Otherwise, your overall score will never improve at all. If I do what I know, if I do what I love, if I do what I love the most, what makes me interesting, then my overall score will not improve. I will be clearing the cutoff, but I will never be there in the merit list. So definitely have to improve your weak areas, the areas, the chapters which are not good at. You at least you should be able to solve about 60-70% of those questions. Then only you will be there in the merit list. You have to be very, very careful, right? So once, see, don't starting day itself, don't say I want to improve. Sir, I am not getting speed. You will not get speed. I will also not get speed. When will you get speed? Once you're done with the basics, you have to practice. Then only you will improve your speed. You have to improve your speed by taking those sectional tests within the stipulated time. You have to improve your speed by writing as many mock tests as possible within the stipulated time. So simply directly focusing on speed, you will have a trouble. So first you get your basics clear, solve all the questions, then sectional test and mock test you need to practice within the stipulated time. There you have to focus on speed. If you regularly practice these mock tests, attend the mock discussions, revision classes, workshop classes, I'm sure definitely you can work on your speed. Your speed will also improve, right? So don't worry about speed on day one. Day one, at least for next 1 month, your focus should be on understanding the concept, improving your conceptual clarity. Then sectional test, mock tests are anyways there, which will help you to improve your speed. Be result oriented in the sense I'm saying understand the question types. What are the new models asked? What are the different types of questions asked? What are the different models of puzzles asked? What is the weightage in these exams? Then I'm saying target oriented preparation. Look at last few years question types, new question types. This is, I'm saying, target oriented. This is my target. So understand the question types or the different models asked in last few years, go through them. Then I'm saying definitely should be able to do that. Last but not the least, vocabulary and GK. These two are your game changers in your main exam. See, you write DI, data analysis, you solve DI questions, I solve DI questions. You solve logic questions, I'm also writing the exam. Let us say, I will also solve. 19-20 ka farak hoga. But very, 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 very little difference. I may get 15, you may get 13, you may get 12. I may get 20, you may get 16, 17. Doesn't matter. But which are real game changers? Vocabulary. I'm talking about question types, word usage, word interchange, word replacement, close test, fill in the blanks, and your GA, general awareness. These two are real game changers because there will be everybody will be almost close because the question types asked in your main exam are difficult to very difficult. So everybody would be around 13, 14, 15, 16 marks only. 3 marks here, 3 marks there. When you take your quant reasoning, quant and reasoning. But particularly when you look at English vocabulary section at GA, those who do well in GA, they'll be there in the merit list. Out of 40 questions, there are students I can show you those who get 40 out of 40, that they read completely every day. They practice current affairs. You got only 15 out of 40. You will not be there in the merit list. So general awareness and vocabulary are real game changers. You have to be careful. You have to practice more. You have to focus more on those two. Right? These are some general tips. This is preparation plan. Any questions from your side? Day 1 to day 20. Well, the book specially for bank exams, or you can practice from them. Kiran Publications के previous year papers लेके कर सकते. Model papers, previous year papers are there. Narpat Singh. I think we have met earlier also, Narpat. Right. So Kiran Publications books you can refer for practice. Last 3-4 years original papers you take and you practice. So this is day 1 to day 10 plan. I have given, see, this one day you have to complete reasoning, this topic, quant, this topic, grammar, this topic. you have. Day 1 to day 60 plan is there. So you can take a screenshot. Basically, I'm focusing on easier topics at the beginning. Series, approximations, quadratic comparisons. Then we are starting arithmetic topics. Then we are starting DI. Reasoning also, miscellaneous topics. Then coding, symbols, blood relation, direction sense. Then if the topic is big, if the topic is time consuming, I'm giving more number of days. English will start with grammar. Then we'll do RC. Then we'll do vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, spellings. This is day 11 to day 20. Word usage, match the column, error identification, phrase replacement, PFQ, RC. See, this is day 11. All topics almost have covered everything. This is day by day schedule for the next 20 days. I think almost all topics are done. How much time it will take? 6 hours, 5 hours apart from your classes? You have to do this. One topic, see, pie charts can't be done in 1 day. I have given 2 days. Linear arrangement, circular arrangement, linear I have given I think 2 days. Yes, 10th day, 11th day, 12th day, 13th day, circular. Ranking 2 days. Because puzzles have more number of models, I am giving 2 days. This is only to practice your classroom handout, questions given by faculty member, and your study material. That's all. Sectional test, again I'll tell you what needs to be done. See here. Day 21 to day 40, write sectional test. How to write? What is the schedule to be followed? Same schedule. Right? Miscellaneous test, write simple simplification, approximation, sectional test, take a sectional test on grammar. Then coding, decoding, then quadratic comparison. Simple. Like that, whatever I'm given 11 to 1 to 20, same days, same topics you take, you write down, you're done with your study material and your handouts, you do your sectional test. Topic wise test. And full length test will be the sectional test. So do those topic wise tests. And meanwhile, also you have to work out on your weak areas, day 21 to 40. Also do revision of topics, particularly the topics which are you're not good at, the topics which are your weak areas. Also certain topics which you feel like you're not given in day 1 to day 20, you're not spent enough time, you feel like something is left out, or I need to do one more round, I have to prepare one more, I have to read one more time. Those topics you revise along with writing sectional test. Right, this is 21 to 40. Day 41 to 60, at least 3 mock tests a week, and you have to do analysis. This is important. Writing mock test is not important. Analysis of the mock test is important. Spend, after writing 1 hour mock test, spend another 1 to 2 hours of time, analyze the mock test. The questions which are not solved, not attempted, solve those questions once again. Taken by surprise, out of these not attempted questions, certain questions you'll be able to solve. You are not solved. See, analysis should be done on the same day. Today morning you have taken 1 hour test, evening you do the analysis. Right? You are not solved today morning. Maybe that idea might not have strike you because of the exam pressure. You might not have solved. But if you solve, let's say out of 100 questions you have done 70, 30 or not done. Again, try to solve those 30 questions. You'll be able to solve another 10 to 15 easily. Remaining 10 to 15 you are not able to solve. Look at the solution, take solution, video solution, take the help of your friends, faculty member. Try to solve those questions as well. So analysis is very important. 1, solve the questions which are not attempted in the exam. Second, the questions which have made a mistake, identify the mistake. That is very important. If you identify the mistake, you will not repeat that mistake. You will not make that mistake once again tomorrow in the exam. So in the part of my analysis, whatever I'm not attempting, I'm spending time on them. I'm re-attempting them. Still some questions left over. I try to take the help of the solution or my friend or my faculty member. I try to solve the remaining questions. Second, already I've done some 70 questions. Out of those 70 questions, some 55, 60 correct, 10, 15 wrong. Those 10, 15 wrong, I'm confident in the exam that that is correct. That is why I mark that, right? So you will not mark just like that. But even though you're confident, what went wrong? Is it understanding the question, or it's a simple, silly calculation mistake? Is it a mistake of conceptual clarity? Identify the mistake, get that mistake rectified. You will not mistake, you will not repeat that mistake once again. And doing thorough analysis of this mock test, whatever you're writing in a week 3, ideally 3 months. If you can write every day 1, nothing like that. But I'm saying ideally 3 mock tests, 3 analysis will definitely improve your overall score. So writing all India mock test also will give you a chance to compare yourself across the students from Jammu to Kanyakumari, where you actually stand in the competition. That is important. Competitive exam, it is always a relative performance. It is not how much I know. It is about where do I stand in the competition. So that is why we keep on telling students, write All India mock test. So we are doing those about 6 All India mock tests free. Thus you can write, you can see where do you stand in the competition. So that will actually help you once you register. I'll send a mail where you can write that. Again, these two in day 41 to this last 20 days are also there. Improve on your weak areas, revise your revision of topics. These are always there. So June, July, completely if you do this, you'll be ready for your upcoming exams. Right. So part 5, teaching methodology at time, material and course features. So faculty are well oriented. We have, you join anywhere, online, offline, physical class. We have a standardization process. Any new faculty inducted, we train them. It is not that about the knowledge. They have the knowledge, but what to teach, how to teach. So they are more organized and more focused in classes compared to, I don't want to compare with anybody else. So see, you can see people deviating, diverting from the topic. They talk about this, they talk about that. But we have more scientific method of scheduling the classes, also the more organized and more focused faculty. Material, top class, all latest models included in your material, right? We have a separate YouTube channel where we periodically uploading the videos. You can watch those videos also. Before every class, we have a basics class. Quant you take, reasoning you take. We teach basics. We believe shortcut kind of approach these days, to some extent, as prelim exam it is okay, but main exam it is not helpful. You do some tricks, I can do 10 tricks, 100 tricks. But how far it is going to help you tomorrow in the exam, that actually matters. So learn the concept. So we teach basics, thereby any application based question given, student using his basic concept should be able to do that. Right? So one advice to you, no selective preparation. All topics are important in your slot, because you're writing exams in different slots. You might have an exam in a different slot. In your slot, there may be 5 questions, simple interest, competitors. In other slot, there may be 0. So weightage, we cannot say this is standard. So I'm saying all topics are important, don't neglect them. What we offer for bank exam coaching, we have physical classes, we have online recorded classes. You can contact the nearest time office for physical classes. For online recorded classes, those are not live recorded. Recorded is in the sense you can watch any number of times on your mobile app. Also, we'll give you live doubt sessions. Classes are recorded. You watch in a week, you'll be having 2-3 doubt sessions, live doubt sessions, where you can interact with the faculty member, get your doubts clarified. So visit our time website for more details about this online recorded classes. We have regular doubt clarifying sessions. We also do before every important exam special session and test taking charges, interview workshop for shortlisted candidates, and we also do monthly GK webinars or seminars. Apart from classroom coaching, we have test series packages for IBPS, SBI, English, Hindi mediums, correspondence course also English and Hindi mediums. We also offer SSC, those students, bank students are preparing for SSC. We also offer SSC extension to bank students. We have a mobile app, time for bank exams, time for SSC. This you can download. Every day you have free daily tests, GK updates, notifications, etc. Time students can even take your online sectional test, mock test from your mobile app itself. You can watch your online classes also through mobile app, right? So that's all. Any questions from your side, ma? These are our websites, ma. timeforEducation.com/bankexams/SSC. This will take you to the bank and SSC web pages, ma. Any questions from your side, ma? Let me see if I have any questions. Financial newspapers, Abhinaya, right now, not required. If you're reading business and economy page, I think that will take care of your preparation. Financial newspapers, not right now. If you're planning also, maybe at least you start reading about 1.5–2 months after you can start, but not required. Thank you, Shubhra Mahapatra. All right. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll wind up. Ma. Thank you so much, all of you, for attending the session, ma. And thank you for your patience. Thank you, Napak. Thanks, Eva. Bye, ma. Thank you, Jyoti. Hi, Jyoti Kumari. Okay. You are the one who put comment for this videos, no? YouTube videos. Correct, if I am not wrong. Thank you, Ajit. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Harani. Right now, I'm winding up the session.